At the beginning, Kurihara was shown sitting at his desk, blushing as he reflected that he had been in high school for 2 months. That day was their first seat change, and the person who had ended up sitting next to him was Maki, the girl he had a quiet crush on. He noticed her seated at the desk beside him, and recalled that the first time he had ever run into her had been during the entrance ceremony. She pointed out that his tie was crooked, and he awkwardly thanked her. Internally, he admitted that she was exactly his type. At first, he had thought he was imagining things, but after running into her again and again, he had come to a realization: Maki was different. Later, another girl nervously approached Maki and asked if she was in any clubs. When Maki replied that she was not, the girl hesitantly suggested that she consider joining the baseball club as a manager. Maki rejected the idea bluntly and without hesitation. Watching this, Kurihara thought that she never bothered to beat around the bush. Her expression rarely changed, her words were sharp, and her aloof aura, along with the fact that she was always alone, made her stand out. By contrast, Kurihara described himself as painfully ordinary. His appearance, grades, and athletic ability were all average at best. He considered himself a chronic people-pleaser, essentially, a doormat. Because they were polar opposites, he doubted she had any interest in him. Still, since they were seated next to each other, he felt he could not waste the opportunity. He wanted to know more about her. More than that, he wanted to get closer. When he noticed the board said study hall, he realized it was his chance to talk to her. After struggling to think of an opening, he nervously asked about her favorite animal, mentioning that his family kept a Shiba Inu. She replied flatly that she could not deal with animals because they did not understand what people said. That response made him wonder if that was the reason. He clumsily asked whether animals scared her, then hurriedly added that his dog was adorable and offered to show her a picture. After rummaging through his bag, he showed her a photo and introduced the dog by name. She commented that the dog was very cute, and he eagerly agreed, insisting the dog was even cuter in person. She remarked that dogs were generally cute, and that she had never seen an ugly Shiba Inu. Internally, he wondered if she was secretly more of a dog person than she let on. Trying to continue the conversation, he asked whether barking scared her. When she said it did not, he pivoted to horror movies. She said those did not bother her either. He admitted that he was terrible with horror, recounting how a doll movie had terrified him as a child and left him crying in his futon all day. She calmly stated that the doll was not real, a fact he could not deny. Still, he nervously suggested that ghosts might be real. She questioned whether the mere possibility was truly frightening and noted quite logically that the existence of venomous spiders was far scarier. Before he could respond properly, the school bell rang. That night, lying on his bed, Kurihara declared the entire interaction a disaster. He felt he had only managed to reveal himself as a scaredy cat. Still, he admitted to himself that they had talked more than usual, and she had even called his dog cute. As his dog lay on top of him, he reassured himself that this was only their first day as seat neighbors, and that things would surely go better tomorrow. The next morning, he cheerfully greeted her, and she returned the greeting by name. He tried to bring up his dog again, but she asked if it could wait, as she was reviewing. He immediately backed down and attempted to study as well. He then asked about a part of the lesson he had not understood, only to be told that asking the teacher would be faster. When he invited her to karaoke after school, she declined, explaining that she disliked singing in front of others. He mentioned he would be participating in tug-of-war at the athletic festival and awkwardly asked if she might cheer for him. She agreed without hesitation, pointing out that they were in the same class. That answer somehow made him feel both encouraged and embarrassed. Soon after, he complained about the heat and asked whether she preferred the beach or the pool, only to learn that she could not swim. He apologized and shifted topics again, bringing up the upcoming fireworks and asking whether she had plans to see them. Her vague response left him feeling deflated. He concluded internally that the conversation had been another absolute disaster. He did not think she hated him, but nothing suggested that she liked him either. Just as his confidence hit a low point, the teacher announced that seats would be changed again the next morning. Kurihara was stunned. It felt far too soon. Trying to say something before it ended, he apologized for bothering her so much and admitted that he simply liked talking to her and would miss it. Before she could respond, another boy called him over, urgently asking him to switch from tug-of-war to the relay. Despite his reluctance, Kurihara agreed, understanding the boy's motivation. Later, Maki stopped him and questioned whether he was truly okay with switching. He admitted he was not thrilled but said he would do his best. She sharply criticized the other boy's behavior. calling it despicable to abandon a commitment and exploit someone else's kindness. She added that someone who tried their hardest, even if they failed, was the farthest thing from a loser. Her words struck Kurihara deeply. The feeling in his chest reminded him of their first meeting, when she had pointed out his crooked tie. Back then, his heart had jumped just as it did now. He thanked her, awkwardly admitting how nervous he had been since transferring and how much her kindness had meant to him. She replied that at least he was not laughing at someone else's nerves, then told him plainly that he was a good person. Overwhelmed, Kurihara realized how much her words and her kindness meant to him. Without thinking, he blurted out that he liked her. Horrified, he immediately covered his mouth, realizing he had said it out loud. Flustered, he tried to explain that he had not meant to say it, but also that he had not meant it. Determined not to lie or dodge, he tried to continue. Before he could, she calmly said that she liked him too. For a moment, his mind went completely blank. He questioned whether he had imagined it. Then he saw her smiling. She gently pointed out that he was crushing his bag in his hands. Blushing intensely, he acknowledged it, still struggling to process what had just happened.
By the way, if you enjoyed the video, maybe consider liking and subscribing, pretty please?